What's going on, everyone? And welcome back to Solomon's Crown. And we're back at it again with another review video. So you see the caption, "Me to my 8 baby daddies." Whoa, that's a lot of baby daddies. Let's get straight into the video.
Do you love me?
Do you have a dollar?
Do you love me?
Do you have a dollar?
Yes, I have $1.
Yes, I love you.
All right, here's a second video with all her baby's daddies.
So this is all our baby daddies.
City boys are not up. We are down on this one. Pop is just.
So let me tell you a story. Not even really a big story. It's just something that I was watching, a little short by Tristan Tate. So Tristan Tate says that he has this Muslim friend, right? And I think he says his Muslim friend is Bali. And this friend, he was driving a supercar. I don't know. It was like say it's a McLaren or whatever. I forgot which car he said it was. So he was driving a McLaren. Another day he was driving a Rolls Royce. Another day he was driving a Bentley. Let's say that, right? So he goes to his friend and is like, "Yo, like, how do you have so many cars or whatever?" And he pretty much said like, "Yo, these white dudes are stupid. It's like they kick their kids out at like, 18, 20 years old. But, you know, in our family, in the Muslim family, a lot of Muslim communities, sorry, we stay in our mom's house until we're ready to get married. Well, we're still doing our work. We're still contributing to the household, to the family. Like everything is kept in the family. So it's the family that has the Rolls Royce. It's the family that has the the supercars. It's the family that has the four Toyotas. It's the family that has a big ass house. Where am I going with this? So when you look at this situation, and I mean, hood boogers are gonna be hood boogers, right? But I kind of dis I not kind of I dislike a lot the whole stereotype of black men being like serial baby mama makers, right? So we recently done a video on Nick Cannon.
Yeah.
We all know Future,
Yeah.
and we have this situation, right?
NBA Young Fly. He just
NBA,
had
yeah,
it
NBA Young
announced.
Boy,
Or
and all those guys.
Young boy
hmm
never broke.
So one of the biggest plights in the black community is that we don't own anything. We don't have anything to give to our children when we die. But you look at other groups of people, and I'm speaking from an immigrant to like, foundationally black Americans, right? If you want to separate the black diaspora, right? So you have foundational black Americans that have been in this country since the inception of this country, that helped build this country in their blood, sweat, and tears, that have nothing by the system, by the powers that be, the psychological scars and whatnot. But I digress.
Wasn't it like the colonists that had a
Yeah,
part in it?
but we still keep on doing the same dumb stuff, right? But you have the Asians that keep everything in their family. They practice financial power. You have the Jewish community, all these other communities that do the same thing. Not saying that they don't have baby fathers, but I don't think it's to our degree because we're celebrating it. Like
I mean,
men need to understand, like as much as women are liberated and free and they're riding the CC carousel, they're riding the CC or the C carousel, right? And they're doing all sorts of strange for change. It's the dudes that enabling it. In 2021, OnlyFans made 50 something $billion. That's billion with a B.
3.9 billion.
Or 3.9 billion. I'm sorry.
No,
But
you
3.9 billion. Why is that? Is it because men are simping and enabling that? Men need to have better discipline because it's like, what would possess you to sleep with a chick that already has like 4 or 5 kids raw? What would possess you to do that?
Bro, because I'm not gonna get her pregnant. What you mean?
Like we as black men need to do better, bro.
Bro, men in
Like if
general
you
need to do better because it's like $3.9 million in OnlyFans, and it's just like, bro, there's a lot of things that most men can change as far as like not being desirable. Like I already told you, like back when I was younger, like bro, I was goober goober. And then what I
Mhm.
started doing, started playing sports, I got my car, I got a job, so I had money, all types of stuff. And then that was just good enough. So like most of these dudes would be like, oh, I don't got a car, I don't got a job. And then when they get a little bit of money, it's like, hey, yo, that chick from high school or that chick from college got an OnlyFans bet. Let me just, because like I told you, I was home a couple weeks ago, and my homeboy was like, yo, his boy is down bad for OnlyFans. Like he was like, within the first 2 weeks of discovering OnlyFans, he spent like $200 on OnlyFans shit. And I'm like,
But it's just the whole like mentality of like, oh, do whatever you want as long as it's not hurting anybody. It's like it's this lack of discipline that's like is messing the game up. Because it's like you can literally see most of these girls on Reddit or like other,
yo,
adult sites like for free.
Jamal in research and development can help you guys with that too. So DM us if you're trying to find anything specific and for a minimal charge. $5, maybe
But
10.
it's like, bruh, and it's contributing to like broken families. Because even with the Nick Cannon situation, it's like, okay, like he has the money to take care of his kids, but what example is he setting?
I mean, I mean, low key, I kind of grew up like that
Mm-hmm.
because I mean, and I'll be the prime example. Like my dad, I got like 8 to 12 stepbrothers and sisters because my dad literally was just like planting the seed over the United States, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So it's me and my blood sister. Uh, and then I had family in New Mexico, like Albuquerque. I remember one time going over there, and I think I had like 4 brothers and sisters. My dad hit me up another time and was like, "Yo, you got two older sisters, or two older brothers and an older sister." And I'm like, that was when I was like 25, 26. So like, I don't even know these people, like straight up. Like, and I had like one point, my brother, I guess he's in the Navy or Army, and I hit him
Mm-hmm.
up one time, and he's just like, I don't know you, like, I don't like. I was like, yo, what's up?
Exactly.
Apparently, I'm your brother, and it was just like no response. My older brother, eldest brother, I guess. I went and met him one time, and he was just like had so many high value things to say about my father, and I was just like, that's dope that he was in your life, but for me, he wasn't. So, I mean, I remember 2 times seeing my dad growing up. And I remember one time he was working at Foot Locker and he's like, yo, I'm gonna get you one of them. Remember them sports team puff up jackets, like
Mm-hmm.
the champ, I think so it was the champion or like the whichever. Like, but it was like he was like, yo, I'm gonna get you one, blah, blah, blah. Never got that shit. Like, so it's just like I know what it's like having like multiple brothers and sisters that aren't really in your household. It's just it's not the way, bro. Like,
So I'll put it to you this way. Imagine if theoretically your father had all your kids under one household and you're in the Air Force, your other brother's in the Army, say another brother is in IT engineering, another brother
well,
is a
my brother
doctor,
is in IT, to be
or
honest.
what have you, and all you came together and be like, yo, we're gonna buy up this block, we're gonna set up this clinic, we're gonna do XYZ, we're gonna invest in our own legacy, the Coleman legacy.
Low key, that would have been far better off than what we are now, because now we're not anything. Like me and my sister are the only ones that I really talk about. Everybody else, I mean, I try to talk to my dad, but like all his kids are kind of just like, I don't know these people. Like, why would I? And they're literally my blood brothers and sisters.
And it's like,
Like,
why can't black people be more on that page?
oh, because
Like, why is busting up the club and some chick that we don't even like and having and then being stuck with child support for 18 years is a wave? Like, why is that a thing, bro? And
Oh,
then we complain talking about like, oh, we're oppressed. And it's like those same bum dudes and bum chicks would be like, yeah, yeah, we're oppressed. Like how Lizzo says. And it's like you doing a lot of this the oppression yourself. You're oppressing yourself, bro.
because poor
Like
people don't know any better, bro.
nothing in this life for the most part is done by accident. It's like, oh, like accident happen or things happen and we have a baby. It's like, no, you had the choice to sleep with a woman or to sleep with a man, and now you have a baby as a result of it. All most of the time, I'll give it to you this way. Most of the richest people in the world, or that come from old money, how do you think they got that money?
Generational wealth, teaching their kids to take over their business,
Mm-hmm.
uh, keeping the money in the family unless it's literally like, hey, we're leveling up, not spending money on stupid shit. Like most of these rich families have like one or two kids and they heavily invest in their kids as far as like education,
Mm-hmm.
financial stability. Not saying that all these families always succeed and stuff like that because you give your kids too much stuff and then they become spoiled, stuff like that. But as far as like leaving them a legacy and being like, yo, this is how you maintain and this is how we maintain our wealth, yeah, for sure. But like all these baby daddy families and baby mama families, like none of these people, I mean, I'm not gonna say none, but most of these people aren't leaving their kids anything and they're not teaching
Did
their
the
kids
goddamn
anything.
thing, bro. The
Like
goddamn thing.
my dad literally taught me how to never be home, and I mean that's a part of my problem where it's just like I joined the Air Force and I'm just literally gone, 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 gone. Like it's
Yeah,
just like always on the road, never home shit. So I can't sit in one place for too long. I just get kind of antsy, and that's just what I remember my dad being. Is just like he was in one city one time, and then he was in another city another time. I literally met this man probably three times, maybe four in my lifetime before he kicked me, my mom, and my sister out. So, and he even showed up to my BMT graduation with his new girlfriend and her kid. So that was another thing. So, I mean, most of these dudes ain't shit to begin with. And that was like the older generation, the so called generation that had women in the kitchen oppressing women and all this other shit. But it's like low key, them dudes weren't even in the women's lives to really oppress them. Even they had to
yeah.
raise us as kids. So it's like,
And that's where a lot of the resentment honestly comes from. This is what fuels the feminism thing. Because
yeah,
just because women have their bad or modern women have their vices too, but we're not blameless
yeah, we're not. I mean, most men
at all.
nowadays aren't blaming. Like we talk a lot about feminist behavior and shit like that, but it's also the fact that men are not stepping up to the plate to handle what women actually want and need. And it's like I get it because there's a lot of dudes out there who just ain't shit. But
I
the
mean,
thing
some people
is,
don't know any better. Like some
but that's
others
the
don't know any
thing,
better
yeah. Like a
too.
lot of the females are talking to these dudes still because they have this mentality of like, oh, I can fix him, I can fix him, and it's like calm down, Bob the Builder. Like, you can't fix this dude. Like, a lot of dudes have to go through, I mean, as Andrew Tate said, a trauma in order to grow. It may not happen for every single dude, but like a lot of dudes, even though, and that's the thing too, is like people will be like, oh, that's not true. That's not true. But like a lot of men don't talk about the trauma that they go through because if I like, I was just thinking the other day just about everything that's kind of happened in my life, what's led up to like where I am at this point, and like a lot of the stuff that I did and mistakes that I made was based off of that trauma and based off of like my dad not being there, not teaching me shit, me longing to find like answers for whatever I was looking for because I didn't know, I didn't have any direction. I mean, my mom raised me the best she could, but like it got to a point where it was like I need to find what I want to find. Like it was kind of like
Mhm.
as a man, you have to define yourself as like who you're gonna be and what you're gonna do. Like me having my mom take care of me and baby me all the time wasn't gonna be like me becoming a man. I had to kind of get out in life and just see shit that she tried to warn me about. And I mean, I could have died multiple times, like as a kid, and that would have been tragic for my mom losing a son because I'm just trying to explore. I don't know any better. But that's where fathers are supposed to come in and be
Yeah.
like, yo, the reason why you need to listen to your mom and not be out after 12 is because this, and that. And like my father being an ex-Marine, he would have
Hmm.
been able to tell me, like, yo, this is what you don't need
Exactly.
to be do. This is how you need to raise your family. And it's like, it's kind of tragic because he's a Marine, so it's like they're
Yeah, man, it's
super.
supposed to be like,
Yeah,
I mean, they are super strict, but
they are, but I mean,
um, my
I
my
that would have been wild being raised by a Marine, like because my
um,
homeboy Samuel, his dad is a Marine or ex-Marine, and he's straightforward, like he gets shit done, shit like that. But we all got our fucking problems, bro.
well, like just my closing remarks is just black men and men in general just need to do better. Like there is a reason why having sex raw results in a child because that's the main. I'm serious. That's why that's the main reason for it. Granted, it is pleasurable, but there's a function for it. And if we want to prevent that from happening, we need to have better discipline with ourselves. It's like, okay, I want to bust a nut, use a condom, or have a vasectomy, or use the myriad of birth controls that are out there. Or at the very basis, if you're gonna hit a girl up raw, probably be a chick that you might have a future with, or that you're thinking of having a future with, anyways, because it's ridiculous, bro. And don't hit up a single mom raw, bro. Especially if she has like 4 or 3 kids already. Like use your brain cells, man.
A lot of
It's
these dudes be
ridiculous.
hitting like a chick with like 3 kids already, talking about like, oh, it'll be good. Like, nah.
Like, cause I don't know, man. It's like dudes, it's just the way the world is with social media and women having all this attention and all this stuff. But it's like dudes will see like a fat ass and like a big titties and they just lose their minds, bro. It's like, oh, I gotta hit up that up, bro. I was like, bro,
I
no, you
heard dudes
don't.
literally say like, "Oh, I know the pussy's good because she got 3 kids." Like,
Bro, I don't understand it, bro. Maybe I'm too old
it's
school.
a
I don't know.
primal instinct because like
I
that's
I
what
get
everybody
that.
tries to get away from. Is like we are primal at the core. Like
No,
men want to plant a seed and
yeah.
women want to be seeded. Like for the most part, like if you just take out all the social fucking bullshit that everybody's trying to promote and
Hmm.
all this other shit, it comes down to like when a man sees an attractive woman or a woman, he wants to potentially plant his seed. Like,
I'm gonna just put it this way: we have higher brain faculties for a reason, and actions have consequences.
oh yeah,
That's. I'm gonna just
facts.
leave it at that.
I mean,
So
facts.
if you as a man you want to cut your potential short, you want to live with or be attached to a woman for however long that you don't like because of a mistake you made 18 years ago, that's all up on you. But that's just all I have to say on that.
You know, and remember the core system is going to come get that money
Oh, best believe
unless
Uncle Sam's gonna come for that money. Best believe,
unless you're
bro.
my father because he dodged that shit for 17 years and I got a $62 child support check one time. I was like,
Yes, wow.
I mean, I could have been better off, but my mom did a good job as a single mother. So shout out to my mom.
Shout out to my mom too. But anyways, guys, catch you in the next one. Peace out.
Peace.